iron in his soul. What's up, YouTube? This is your big brother King Jabez, back today with another very important message. Please subscribe to my channel, like this video, share this video, leave a comment, let me know what you think about my content. In addition to that, please feel free to follow me over on Instagram at @KingJabez, as well as my website, theironandsoul.com. Whatever you decide to do, it will be greatly appreciated. Let's do some work on this Saturday. I'm right back at it with another video. Today's video, I believe I gave it the title, "This Next Fight Will Release Your Wealth." That is a direct statement. That is a prophecy. I'm not just talking. You know me, if you've been rocking with me, I've been doing these videos now almost 4 years. It will be 3 years and 10 months exactly on Thursday. I've been uploading videos. I think 200 plus videos now. For those who are OGs of Iron and Soul, I deleted like 100 videos from the past. So, you know one thing about me, I've been pretty consistent with this theme, and that is war, battling. Hence the name of the channel, Iron and the Soul, extreme mental anguish. In other words, the pain that brings you blessing and prosperity. So I've been about that the whole time I've been on this platform. You, sir, ma'am, are going to have to fight for this next blessing. But this is a little deeper than that. This is deeper than fighting. In this case, you have made it to this particular fight. In other words, this is like a championship contender type of battle. You earned this slot. This thing, we're not talking about fighting in the backyard. We're not talking about, you know what I mean, Golden Glove boxing with 20 people in the stands. We're talking about this is a big one. This is the moment you waited for. And this is based on a dream I had that I believe the Most High gave me 2 or 3 days ago. I didn't speak on this because, as you know, of course, yesterday I did my first sponsorship. But today, I'm going to speak on this dream that God gave me 2 or 3 days ago. And I know this will be helpful for you in your journey. So in this dream, there were, of course, two men. One was a championship type fighter and the other was the contender. And, you know, you get to this arena in this dream. It was a big arena. So, again, we're not talking about 40 fans, 50. It was a large stadium of fans. So this speaks of, I'm going to give an interpretation as I give this dream to. So to me, that speaks of a larger audience. That speaks of value. That speaks of more exposure. So some of you are about to get more exposure. You know, the crowd you were performing in front of before, it's about to get bigger. Okay, receive this. That's what that speaks of. So it speaks of a bigger crowd, which means that you won some battles privately first. You feel me? If you know anything about boxing, right? A fight like that, UFC, you don't get the championship fight overnight. You had to win, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 fights first. So the fact that you made it this far, you earned this slot. So I'm speaking to people who've been working. This ain't no fantasy talk. I don't do fantasy talk. You are somebody who earned this slot. As we like to say, you put in the work. You have been on your grind. And because of that, you're now given this opportunity. And I'm going to be honest, this fight was very intimidating. This was all in the dream. And the guy you're going to fight, he was obviously experienced. He was a champion, which means he's already won multiple fights on his level. I got the impression in the dream that this was his first time fighting on this level. So I could feel that this man was intimidated, right? So this speaks to you. You're going into a new arena, new doors, and you're going to be intimidated. This guy has the crowd on the side, right? Because in this particular fight, he was the favorite. You were the underdog. So this guy had the crowd on the side. He had the experience. And so I'm watching in this dream, and he's out there like stretching, right? And the guy's thinking, man, I'm finna get maxed. You know what I'm saying? This guy finna whoop me. He could tell that I'm not quite on this guy's level. But I'm here. Basically, he was literally, you know how before a fight, they come out to the theme music. You know, think about even recently with Tank, he came out to with Chief Keef, you know, I think they love Sosa. You think back to the 90s with Mike Tyson fights, when Mike Tyson was just knocking everybody out. They had a game called Mike Tyson Knockout. He was knocking everybody out. And I remember being a kid, I was so surprised when he finally lost to Buster Douglas. I seen that fight with my stepfather. For some of y'all remember that fight. And, you know, speaking of that, you're really surprised when the champion loses. You feel me? So in this fight, nobody's expecting you to win. You feel me? You're an underdog. You're Buster Douglas, and they are Mike Tyson. but somehow you're about to pull this off. So in this dream, he's coming out to his theme music. And that means that, this is going to happen soon. We're not talking about, you finna train for this fight. You've already trained. We're not talking about practice. No, this is going to happen. So I don't know who I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to several people. This is going to happen. And you don't quite think you're ready. But I'm here as your big brother to tell you, you're ready for it. And I'm going to give you a warning. From this dream, this is a direct dream from God. It's going to be intimidating. This person is more experienced than you. He has a crowd on the side. She has a crowd on her side. You are the underdog. But the fact that you are even here, it means you've earned the respect. You have done several things right to even be in this fight. So to keep it all the way 1,000 with you, even if you lose this fight, you're still going to get it back. If you fight a champion, you still get paid even if you lose. So what am I saying? You may not master this next level. You may not master this next test. But the fact that you have the courage, the experience, and the fight in you to even be here, this is going to open doors for you regardless. So what do you do in the meantime? Go for it. I can't really say prepare because you've been preparing. You've been preparing, otherwise you wouldn't even be in a situation. I would say reflect. That would be a better teaching for you today. Reflect on what you have learned. Take some time to really, really think about your victories. What have you done well? Because whatever you've done well, that's what got you to this fight in the first place. And if you've done that well, what you need to do now is master that. So do some introspection. Look back at your life. What have been my major victories? What has always helped me and worked for me? Use all of those tools because that's going to be necessary for this fight. You're going to need some supernatural power. So that speaks of your private time in meditation, prayer, reflection, devotion. Another part of this dream. Before the fight, he was trying to go to the restroom. This is all in a dream. And in the restroom were these, spiritual type beings. They were not really humans, right? This is all in a dream. I know some of you okay, Aaron, this is bizarre. But no, this is teaching. This is revelation. And he was trying to go to the restroom. And these beings were trying to block him from going to the restroom. And he was finally able to go. You say, what does that mean? Many of you, there is something that is blocking your peace, that is blocking your rest. So for some of you, this may mean to prioritize your sleep. Because you're talking about a next level of fight, a new arena, more people watching you. You need to be at peace. You need to understand that peace is power. You cannot go into this arena nervous, not knowing who you are, insecure, intimidated. You might feel that way, but you can't show that. In other words, you're at a level now where you can't let people see you sweat. You may know that, but you need to work on your face. Work on your disposition. And that comes from your inward peace. So this is a time to protect your peace like none other. During this next time of your life, this season, be careful who you talk to. Be careful who you share your plans with. Everybody's not your friend. Sometimes that outside energy can bring damage to a vision. Because we're talking about vision now to even have this conversation. This conversation is about vision. This is about, so what are we talking about today? If you ask the Kings of Biz, what are you talking about? We're talking about opportunity. Let me make it plain. We're talking about advancement. We're talking about fights. We're talking about next level. We're talking about more volume to your voice, to your appearance, whatever you may be doing. This speaks of the next level. And with that comes a lot of jealousy. That's why this man was having a hard time trying to just simply use the restroom. And the restroom in this dream speaks of your peace. Right now, I'm talking to you. Many of you are losing the battle in your private life. Protect your peace. Be careful what you watch on your phone. Okay? Be careful who you listen to talking to you. Even these videos, you can't listen to everybody. Be careful what you read right now. This is a time to really protect your mental. Because if you know anything about sports and fights, UFC, I didn't watch it all. Boxing, basketball, football, anything about competitive sports, you got to have your mind right. You got to have your mind right. If your mind not right, you finna lose. You know how that go. Sports is mental, it's like it is physical. You got to be mentally tough. to be a good athlete. Because listen, guys, I told you, I didn't play pro, obviously, but I played Division II basketball. And I tell you, play Division II basketball, it's aggressive. They grabbing your shorts, they talking trash, you got the fence, you got guys sometimes bigger than you. It's a battle. Full court, 5-on-5, referees, that's a lot of yelling. They're running plays. You got to read the plays. You got to know what's going on. You got to have your head in the game. You got your fans yelling. If you got a girlfriend like I did, you got your girlfriend out there watching you. You don't want to be embarrassed. You got all that going on, right? All this going through your mind. And you got to be tough. Otherwise, you're going to get embarrassed. You know what I mean? And in this next fight, my boy, sis, you're going to have to be tough or you're going to get embarrassed. So keep preparing. You waited for this opportunity. You worked for this opportunity. You prayed for this opportunity. You feel me? You earned this slot. I'm gonna talk to you. This wasn't given to you. Listen, you do not fight a champion by mistake. The fact that you are even in this fight, you earned this. So that means you had some W's. You had some wins. You didn't lose all your fights to get this far. You made it this far for a reason. And so now it's time to soak it all up, dig deep, put on your hard hat, your steel toe boots, and go to war. And get what belongs to you. Refuse to accept, let me talk to you, generational poverty. Okay, I ain't trying to hear that. Okay, because I believe in God. I didn't sign a contract to a lifetime property. That's a lie. Okay, so refuse that. Get your wealth. Get your bag. Get out there and fight for it. Ain't nobody finna give it to you. There is a war right now around all this money. Okay? And your talent, your ability, your gifts are making room for you right now. And it's time for you to go forward and to receive that. So again, this is a champion fighter. So listen, prepare for stuff you haven't seen before. You know, this is going to be new territory. So you can't allow that to intimidate you. You're going to take some blows. You get into a ring with a champion, you're going to take some hits. So brace yourself for some pain. Okay? I got to give you the truth. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. If you're going to get this next level, it's going to be a little painful. So the pain sometimes is cutting off certain people in your family and friends. The pain is the loneliness that comes with going to the next level. It's an old saying, it's lonely at the top. That's true. The more you go up in life, it seems like the less people around you like you. You got to be careful. And so now is the time to really begin to purge your relationships. Be careful who you take with you on this journey, because everybody can't handle the level of success you're about to receive. Everyone can't go with you on this journey. And so you got to be now selective in who you have around you. It's time to now also make some new connections. I'm going to keep speaking on that. Some of you don't like that for whatever reason, but I'm going to continue to speak on that. I don't care who don't like it. I'm going to continue to speak on that. Make some new connections. Get with some people who are on that level, who can help you at this level, who have the experience. If you are in a championship type fight, there are people who are either A, currently doing it themselves, or B, they are the OGs who have done this and won and can give you some tips. Okay? So now is the time to learn from other competitors on that level, as well as those who have already passed that test. For example, if we were talking about basketball, for example, if you're talking about a pro level type of game, then naturally a conversation with Steph Curry, LeBron James would be very beneficial for you. In addition to that, a conversation with someone like Michael Jordan, who's retired, who's already done it. Someone like Patrick Ewing, who's already done it. Someone like, Magic Johnson, who has already done this. So there are people at that level who are either currently doing it or who have already done this. And it's time for some high level conversations now. Okay. You can't be around people who just want to do celebrity gossip. I'm sorry. Get around people who want to talk about some business, who want to talk about going forward, who actually know what they're talking about. You know what I mean? And that can help you at this next level. Continue to prepare yourself. I'm trying to get you ready for this. Protect your peace. There is a reason why, speaking of sports, LeBron James during the playoffs would go off social media. He would turn social media off because he understands the importance of removing all distractions when you're locking in for a goal. So for this next season, you may have to fast from social media for a while. I'm not telling you you need to do that right now. That's up to you. It's your business, but you may need to just remove anything that could potentially be a distraction right now, because this is your time to lock in. Now, to add some more teeth to this, you say, okay, big bro, when is this going to happen? The impression I got from this dream was soon. Okay, in the dream, the guy wasn't at the gym training. He wasn't fighting at a low level boxing match. In this dream, he was in the arena about to go down the aisle with his theme music. That means, okay, it's gonna happen soon. I can't give you an exact timetable date, but this speaks of something's gonna happen soon. So prepare yourself, and that's why some of you right now, to add to this is going to be confirmation for you. That's why you're feeling this unusual level of pressure. You feel like you're being harassed everywhere you go. People are staring at you more now. They're making you uncomfortable. And the reason they're making you uncomfortable because you're making them uncomfortable. Your energy has shifted. And even though the bag isn't quite here yet, your vibe, your energy is already there. So sometimes your spirit goes ahead of you a little bit from where you're actually at now physically, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. So this is already happening in the spirit realm. That's what I'm trying to say. It's going to happen. It's done. It just hasn't caught up yet in the natural. The spirit is always faster. The spirit world or spirit realm is always faster than the natural. Okay? So we talk about spirit realm. We're talking about the second heaven and the third heaven. The second heaven is where demons and Satan dwell, demonic activity, demonic energy. And then the third heaven is, of course, where the Most High, hence the Most High, dwells in the third heaven. So there's a lot of third heaven, second heaven energy around you right now. If you feel me, there's a war going on around you. And you've had to war to get this far. So why do I say all that? You have won some battles in the spirit. And they haven't quite manifested in the natural yet. And that can lead you to doubt that this is going to happen. So what the Most High is doing through this talk is trying to, okay, it's going to happen. I know you don't see it. I know right now, nothing about you says this. It's finna happen. So that's why I say, again, back to my revelation, I'm trying to really get some teeth in this. Go back to what I said about the restroom. The restroom is important for this time because right now, your enemies are trying to rob you of your peace. Because when you lack peace, you lack confidence, you lack focus, you lack determination. You lack those 3 Ds I talk about: desire, determination, dedication. That's what this is all about. And so now is the time to protect that peace, get your rest, sleep every day. You can't be up all night on your phone. Go to bed. Okay? Get your mind right. Give yourself a fighting chance. Literally. Be prepared physically. Don't just do the spiritual. Be prepared physically. Rest. Eat well. Drink your gallon of water every day. Do what you got to do. You know what I mean? Be prepared to go into this new arena. There can be a lot of eyes there, which speaks of more criticism. So be prepared for more criticism. Don't be afraid of that. When you have more eyes, you're going to have more cruelty from people. Because the higher you go, the more jealous people become. So you're going to see this. So I want to prepare you for that. And listen, people will turn on you very quickly. They go from loving you to hating you. You know what I mean? I can bring this up even in the hip-hop world. Look at Glorilla. Glorilla was the best thing coming, boy, about a year ago. And now you go to her comment section, everybody dissing her. Everybody talking about Glorilla now. This is how people are. You know what I mean? You would go from being the best thing oh man, she's doing so well and clout chasing, and now they're talking about her. People will have a love-hate relationship with you so quickly. So you cannot allow why do I bring it up? You cannot allow the opinion of people to be in your head this time. Because you made it this far, you got to block all that out. And zero in on why you're in this fight in the first place. How did I get this? And furthermore, to take this even further, obviously we're not talking about a physical fight. I think that's obvious. I didn't say that yet, but I'm going to say the obvious almost 20 minutes into this video. We're obviously not talking about a physical fight. So the fact that you're in this is something that speaks of a real life battle. And if you can win this, you're going to bring a bag. Every championship fight has a bag attached to it. If you win this fight, we're going to give you this. That's the way the boxing world works. They call it a purse, right? And so with this purse in this bag, you're going to help your family. You're going to help other people. You're going to give other people inspiration to do it in their own lives. So this is a big fight for a reason. If you can pull this off, you're going to help a lot of people, of course, including yourself. So I said to say the obvious. This is big. Okay, this is big. We're not once again, we're not talking about some little league fight. We're not talking about Pop Warner football. Okay, this is big time. No, this is one you had to fight. I'm talking to you now. You've been fighting. You know, I'm gonna just say 5 to 10 years for this one. You fought 5 to 10 years to get to this type of fight. You ain't just 2 years in doing this. No, we ain't talking about 2 years in. We talking about tri-decade. You've been fighting 5, 10, 15 years to get this opportunity. And so now's your time to focus. Now is your time to lock in, remove distractions, protect that peace, keep your peace. Okay? Protect yourself. Because once you get this, you already know there are going to be a bunch of vultures who now want to take what you got. What has Big Bro told you in my previous videos? I'm going to remind you of a previous teaching. Protect your progress. A part of warfare and fighting is protecting your progress. So if you've gotten this far and you get this, you're going to have to fight to keep it. Because now here come all the vultures. Here come all the thieves. As for some of you guys, here come the ladies who want your money. For some of you women, here come the men who want to break you down. With progress and with advancement comes a lot of human activity. So you're going to have to be prepared for the attention you didn't get before. And some people can't handle that. Some people allow that attention to go to their heads. And then they start getting lazy at what they're good at. And so what got them there in the first place, they stopped doing it. You feel me? So don't stop doing what you're doing. Continue on what has brought you this far. Keep those connections in place. And I believe if you can do this, you're going to, I can't necessarily say you're going to win this fight, but you're definitely going to contend and hopefully win. But if nothing else, you're there and this is going to bring advancement for you. Let me speak this word: prosperity, more volume, more eyes going to be on you now. This obviously was common sense. It's going to lead to other opportunities. This won't be your last opportunity. Okay, so this is going to be opportunity that will naturally open other doors. So basically, you're in there. You're in there at this point. Stay strong. Go fight for it. This is your Big Bro King Jabez. Thanks for listening. God bless. Peace.